many individuals now that step out in their minds, and then there's few individuals that step out physically to denounce inequities, I might say, in society.
Right. So do you think that comes from fear? Because it doesn't seem like you guys had a fear, even though it seems like the stakes were greater back then.
Right.
And I could be wrong, but it seemed like the stakes were greater back then to speak out against racism.
Right.
But you guys weren't scared of that.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. It's not just the athletes; it's society as a whole. You know, it's the fear factor. You know, I'm fearful that I might lose my job, or I'm fearful that this might not happen, or I'm fearful I might not be able to move into that neighborhood. But you have to realize that everyone that's in history, everyone that's done everything relative to social justice, all of them had to confront fear. Mm-hmm. You know, you think that Rosa Parks didn't have fear when she sat in that seat on the bus?
Right.
Or you think Paul Robeson didn't have fear when they told him they was going to take his passport away from him? Or you think they didn't have fear when Muhammad Ali, they told him they would strip him of his title where he wouldn't be able to make a living? All of these things are put upon us. You know, Tommy Smith, John Carlos, we had fear in Mexico City based on what was surrounding us at that particular time. But you have to break out of that fear and do what's right, because it's not about the fear that you have. You try to raise the oppression of fear amongst your peers, your kids, their kids, and so on down the line. It's not about the day that you're born. It's not about the day that you die. It's about what you did between those two dates.
What's up? Today I want to talk about fear and identity and how they go together. So I was going to talk about life after, based off of an excerpt that I read in one of my favorite books right here. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, because I know for me, I've struggled with my identity for a long time. And this goes back to my previous episode where I said that, you know, because of my childhood, I kind of struggle with identity, right? And so you got to think, I was 19 years old when I enlisted into the Air Force, and a lot of us enlist into the military when we're very young. And when you're young, you don't even know quite who you are yet. But then you enter into this organization that molds you into somebody. But how do you know, like, who are they molding you into? Is it you? Are they molding you into who you are, or are they molding you into who they would like you to be? And then you have a whole career based on that person that you were molded into. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying it's different for everybody, right? Results may vary. But life is a constant journey. So we're always becoming the best version of ourselves. And I'm just saying that in that moment, like when you're, again, if you hear tippity tapping, as London, because she can't sit still. She thinks somebody want to hear her pitter patter of her puppy feet. But back to what I was saying. So basically you're molded into this person. That's your identity, right? Right? Or is it like, who am I? Social issues aside, right? You're trying to figure out who you are as a person. Insert social issues, and now you're really confused. So for me, I'll speak on it, right? Letting go of that fear, because like I said, we're letting go of fear. As a Black man serving in the United States military, it has been a journey. That's the nicest way I can put it. And I'm not knocking the military at all. Like, it's been a great adventure. It's been a great experience. I'm grateful for everything I've been able to accomplish. I'm grateful for the people that I've met. I'm grateful for the leadership qualities that I've acquired. But when it comes to identity, though, as a Black man, I've kind of not really, I'll put it like this. How many of us, and I'm speaking to the people who can identify, right? And again, if you want to say, oh, Here goes the race car. Here, pulling the race car. Hey, that's cool. All right, do you? But all I can do is speak from perspective, okay? And my experiences. So anybody that can identify with my experiences and my perspective, I want you to ask yourself, how many times have you found yourself walking into a room and doing what's called code switching? Oh yeah, code switching. See, I had to ask myself, I had to look up and say, man, that's not how you talk. You know, you ever walked in the room and you've been amongst certain people and you start speaking very not like yourself? I'm not even gonna give an impression of it because I don't want to disrespect. I don't want to, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you a story real quick. And this is not to put anybody on blast, but it was a long time ago anyway. So, and the person who said it probably doesn't remember it anyway. But when I was a young airman, fresh into the Air Force, I had to give a briefing to a commander, right? And I know how to speak very professionally in professional settings. I guess that was a surprise to some people. And so when I got done with my briefing, there was it was a lieutenant. Might have been a captain. I don't remember. Lieutenant. I think it was lieutenant though. When I got done, this person said, "You're so well spoken." Is that a compliment? A backhanded compliment? How do I take that? What did you expect? How did you expect for me to sound? Was I supposed to get in front of everybody and be like, so boom, check this out? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, boom, 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 here go the numbers, blah, blah, blah. How did you expect for me to sound? Now, I didn't say this to the person. I just kind of, well, thank you, I guess. Like, I said the thank you part, but again, me not knowing my identity for real, I've just been freshly groomed into the military way of life. See, I never had a problem adapting to the military way of life. So who am I? This whole time, like, who am I? Identity. Fear to really figure out who I am. Because sometimes they don't parallel. Sometimes they're on opposite sides of the street, you know? And so I just want to talk about fear really quick. See, fear has this way of, I'm gonna paint the picture. So fear to me is Melvin, and a lot of times we're Jody. Y'all seen that scene in Baby Boy, right? Yeah, Melvin strong in the mud, right? And when he puts you in that headlock, that old man strength kick in, how you screaming for mama? Yeah. Fear is that damn strong. But when you find the courage to break free from fear, shit is so sweet. I mean, not to say you don't have like all your problems are gone, but damn it, it's better when you're able to just have that freedom to be you, or at least who you are in that moment on your way to becoming the better version of you each and every day, right? It's just not having to be bogged down by being who you're not. And so when I see service members, today I saw a video of my homeboy. I call him my little bro, my little big bro, because he's bigger than me, but it's my little bro, man. We've been friends since we came in the military, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Playing basketball together, all of that. So he's a rapper. Like, he raps and he's damn good. And I saw a video today of him spitting a nice little verse floating on the beat, right? And so I'm proud of anybody that I see like that, stepping outside of fear and becoming who they are, finding their identity outside of their job. Your job does not define you. Write that down. Your job does not define you. Because I would urge anybody to find something outside of just one thing that defines them. Because when that one thing is gone, then who are you? What are you left with? I've seen a lot of people struggle with that in the military. Like, the military defined them. So when they retired or separated, whatever, they didn't know who they were anymore. And it's not just military members, it's athletes too. Think about it. Professional athletes that step away from the game and they're so used to being that athlete, that's the tag that they rock with and roll with for their whole life. When that label is taken off, they struggle with well, who am I? And it can drive you crazy. It can drive you insane in some instances. So what I'm saying to you is figure out who you are. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying you'll ever completely figure out who you are, but allow it to be a journey. Open up the door to that journey. Allow yourself to go on that journey. Read. Ask questions. Be open-minded. Let go of fear. Get Melvin's big ass arm off of your neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and set yourself free of that headlock. Figure out who you are. Find your identity. Whether it be in the arts. See, people are going to hate. There's going to be people that look at you like, bro, you can't rap. Bro, you can't draw. Bro, you can't. You might even have internal fears like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Just remember, when other people are telling you what you can't do, they're placing their own limitations, their own fears upon you. They're projecting. When you do it to yourself, that's just internal fear that you just got to let go of. You got to figure it out, meditate, do something, but let it go. Get Melvin's big ass, strong ass arm off your neck. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, we got to figure out how to break that bondage. Speak out. See that little excerpt that you saw in the beginning, that interview that I did with Dr. John Carlos? I will forever be grateful for that moment. Forever be able to speak to such an iconic person who's been through it. And you know how that interview came about? That conversation came about? I had zero fear to reach out to that man and ask him for a conversation. At the time, I was with a company that myself and a friend of mine started, Empire Radio Magazine. Again, I am grateful for that entity as well. Empire Radio Magazine. Sean Way, what up? We were just fearless, man. We reached out to people. We had the opportunity to interview some of the biggest celebrities of the time. Like, we were talking to people, Jermaine Dupri, K. Michelle, like all of that. And I don't like the name drop because I really don't care about the celebrities and all of that. But I'm just saying it's just facts. It's just facts. And so that conversation that I had with him was eye-opening. It let me know that, hey, fear don't exist. And then the gems that he gave me, man, come on. Timeless. Timeless. And it wasn't for me. I did it for everybody after me. I did it. If you listen to the interview, if you watch it, a lot of the questions, it was for everybody after me. Future generations. That's what I do it for. Future generations. And that's what we should all do it for. It's not about us. It's not about us. It's about the babies. And the babies' babies. And the babies' babies' babies. And we can't allow fear to stop us from figuring out our identity so that we can pass that on. Because guess what that transitions into? A culture, a winning culture. Culture, identity, let go of fear. That was me going backwards on my little timeline. Let go of the fear, establish your identity, establish a culture, win the championship. What does winning the championship mean? Hey, look, in my eyes, it's for us to all be able to get rid of this stuff that we keep on experiencing on a generational cycle. the racism, the bigotry, the hate, the senseless violence, all of that. But all of that comes with understanding who we are, man. And all of that comes with letting go of fear. Get Melvin's big ass, strong ass arm off your neck, Jody. And don't call for mama to do it. Do it yourself. Get it off. We don't need help. See, that's part of the problem. We always wait for somebody to help us. You have the power within yourself. I'm not saying don't ask for help. I'm just saying you have power. You have power. Get Melvin's big ass, strong ass arm off your neck. I appreciate y'all for listening, taking the time out to kick it with me for a minute. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with me, and I appreciate that. Shout out Hove. Listen, go ahead and check this book out. Check out this book. Hold on, let me move my fingers. Boom. Check that book out. I'm trying not to lose my bookmark because this is like my second time reading this book, and I catch something every time. So basically, hey, look, no bad energy. Oh, today it's all about, let me see if I can scoot over. Dream, create, inspire, motivate. All right. Peace. Love y'all.